Jap, dia tengah loading.
Dah belum?
Okay.
Okay.
Dah boleh start.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we'll be presenting our task that had been given before we started. Let us introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Ismail Ashraf bin Zulkarnain.
My name is Muhammad Syakir Zainuddin bin Muhammad Saifuddin.
My name is Muhammad Hafiz Ashraf bin Lauji.
My name is Muhammad Afiq Afizuddin bin Habidin.
Okay. So our title of the books that were given is Maqalat al-Islamiyyin wa Ikhtilaf al-Musallin, that had been written by Abu al-Hasan al-Ash'ari. Before we begin our presentation, here is three sections that we will be sharing with all of you today. The first one is the background and life of the author. The second one is the contents of the book, and the third one is the subtopic of this book, meaning of Iman. First, the background and life. Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari full name is Abu al-Hasan Ali bin Ismail bin Abi Bish Ishaq Salim bin Ismail bin Abdullah bin Musa bin Bilal bin Abi Burdah Amir bin Abi Musa al-Ash'ari. He was a famous sahabat among Rasulullah. And al-Ash'ari itself referring to the descent of Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari was born in 260 Hijrah in Basrah, Iraq, and died in 324 Hijrah, also in Basrah, Iraq. So that is a little bit about his background. Next, we will move into Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari life. Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari founded a school. School here in Malay, we call it as aliran, which is a madhab of ilmu kalam. He received his education in tafsir, hadith, and fiqh from the Sunni scholars. But for the Aqidah part, he learned it from his stepfather, who is Abu Ali al-Jubai, a prominent scholar from the school of al-Muqtazilah. And because of that, Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari stay in the Muqtazilah Aqidah. Later on, Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari realized that the Aqidah of Muqtazilah was not in line with the genuine teaching of Islam. So he decided to conceive another school of thought, which is the Al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And he used it to attack Muqtazilah, which regarded that the thought as primary with regard to Al-Quran and Hadith. The conception of Al-Ash'ari was that Al-Quran and Hadith were the main sources of reference of Aqidah, and the thought was a necessity which played a significant role in concretizing the argument that had been made in Al-Quran and Hadith. So that is a little bit about his background and his life. So next we'll move for the second part, which is the contents of the book. I will pass it to my fellow friends.
Okay, next, content of the book. First, preface. Imam Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari briefly explained that his urge to write this book was because it felt important for anyone who wanted to know the belief and practice of other religions, and to make a difference between this religion, to know the essence of each one. He began this book by reflecting on the history of Muslims by pointing out the major factor in the dispute between Muslims was the cause of all imamah. This problem continued during the during the reign of Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu and Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. Okay, next, I will pass it to my friend for the synopsis.
So we begin to know about the synopsis of the book. Abu al-Hasan al-Ash'ari began this book by reflecting on the history of Muslim by pointing out the major factor in the disputing between Muslim was the cause of the al-imamah. This problem continued during the reigns of Sayyidina Uthman radhiyallahu anhu and Sayyidina Ali radhiyallahu anhu. So basically, this book have two volumes. The first one, the author, that is Abu al-Hasan al-Ash'ari, lists the al-Firaq al-Islamiyyin and the views and also the opinions of each firqah. In listing this, al-Firqa al-Islamiyah, he lists the following al-Firqa, such as uh, Shia clans and has named 39 clans. The Al-Kharazim in Ahlul Bayt clan has 22 clans. The Murji'ah clan has total of 12 fractions. And the Mu'tazilah, uh, Almighty Muscat, and also the Al-Jahmiyah faction. He also concludes the first volume by mentioning the true firqah of the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. So for the second volume, he discussed about the issue that dimension of al-usuliyah, al-philosophy, al-siyasiyah, and also the al-fiqhiyah. All 301 issues have been discussed. He took the following approach when discussing the following issues. The first one, he addressed the issues such as the asking question and providing the answers. Second one, he draws on the views of certain uh, tokoh-tokoh aliran pemikiran such as the Abu al-Huzal, al-Nazam, and others, without mentioning them as representing the al-Qailun. The third one, sometimes he also give a short answer and sometimes he answer the question with a good answer. And the fourth one, in the line with the introduction of this book, that he will only touch on certain issue briefly. He also mentioned the essence of a certain view of the Quran without bringing down the Quran arguments or hadith on the issue that had been uh, bring out. Other than that, he also present a rather old debate at the time, such as the movement of the earth by four Maqalat, the end of the earth is not for nothing, the meaning of movement and the static human knowledge from the sense. So that's all for the synopsis of the book. So we will go to the conclusion about this book. Indeed, the effort of Imam Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari to show us this very valuable book has slightly altered the landscape of public opinion and perception of the al-Ash'ari stream, which is said to have brought the opposite of the hadith, but he actually, all efforts to use the main source of Al-Quran and As-Sunnah are straightened by the potential use of the power of the mind. So that's all for the conclusion. I will pass this to my friends.
So next, I will present about the meaning of iman in this book. Meaning the iman, meaning of iman in Shia. So there are three opinion for this meaning. For the first opinion is iman happen when we confess or declare about Allah and Prophet as well as what is associated with it. If we know and admit about iman, so we are Muslim and mu'min. But if we know and do not admit it, we had considered as Muslim but not as mu'min. So for the second opinion is iman prevails in every matter of obedience and unbelief across in every sinful matter. Last opinion is confessing with obedience and what came with it as a form of perfecting the faith and who left what Allah has decreed. He was not regarded as a Muslim but as a fasik. So I think that's all from us. Thank you.